Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a review of You Can't Be in a Rom-Com with Your Childhood Friends, episode 2. And know something, guys? After watching the first episode of this, I didn't. After watching the first episode, talk about like jumping off the gun here with the first episode. I mean, like, this is one of those day-old questions. Can childhood friends be in a rom-com? Now, we have watched rom-coms, and there's always 9 times out of 10, there's always a rom-com when you're gonna have a childhood friend in a rom-com. I mean, just look at 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Look at Nisa Koi. It's just Tomo-chan is a girl. You look at all these rom-coms and you always, in like all rom-coms, you're bound to have a childhood friend be part of it. Do they get the girl? Do MCs get the girl? Depends. It depends on the person. It's not hard, but 9 times out of 10, they're always gonna end up with the childhood friend. That's how it is gonna be. That's how it is. But in this case, this Sekai, this MC, let me just say this. Yonosuke, whatever you call him, Yonosuke or Sekai, this I respect this guy because he studied rom-coms. He knows what can or cannot do. And when you have two childhood friends who's like everybody's favorite girls in the class, you can't stop yourself. After last week's episode with them trolling and all that, it's just the teasing that they did to this guy. It just makes you like, damn, why wasn't it? Why isn't it me? Now you got two child friends. You got one a Shio, blue hair girl, who's just trolling with this person, just teasing them every step of the way, like some Nagatoro, Manin Kirigawa vibe. You know how like ain't those type of those people in rom-com that always tease the MCs. And then you got a tsundere, which we're not surprised because every rom-com you're gonna have a tsundere. It's one-on-one. You're gonna have in a rom-com, you're gonna have that one girl who is a tsundere, and we got it in Akari. Now for his case, after the first episode, every rom-com's gonna have every part when it comes to this show. Let's just be honest. Rom-coms, you're gonna have beach episodes. Rom-com, you're gonna have school festivals, and we're gonna see all that to year to come, and even more girls being added in a rom-com slash harem. So having two girls already is considered a harem. I don't know if people notice, but when you have two girls already, you consider yourself a harem. Now in this case, this is what he's going through. But after watching this episode, more fan service and a lot of misunderstandings. Like all rom-coms, we're gonna have some misunderstandings. So without further ado, let's get right to it with the episode 2 review of this show. Okay, let me start off with this. Rom-coms always have this sort of things that happen. Transportation. When it gets a little squeezed tight in the trains or buses, you're bound to see something heroic, some confessions, some kissing, some hugging. We all know this. So Sekai's on the bus, and then all of a sudden he bumps into Shio. Now we all know that every girl in this episode's Mulan, they're gonna have their own moments. Shio case has it. She's just teasing the hell out of this MC. Literally teasing her. I'm talking kissing. I'm talking about not kiss, but more like just trolling with this guy. Like putting her boobs against. It's like she planned this from the start. It's like she planned this. It's like, because after last week when she studied the rom-coms and know what time she like opened the window, it's like she knew. I think she knew that he was going to be on this same bus because everything was planned out. I mean, after last week, then she turned around and then hugged her like, oh my God. I mean, hugged him, and the boobs was in her face. I'm sorry, boobs is like on his chest, and he trying to pressure. He's like, don't think. And you can feel the heartbeat, like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was so intense. Like the MC was trying to hold it. Like it was like he was getting horny, or he was trying not to be horny at all. He was trying to like think positive. He's just thinking not to get horny. And you got Shiho was kind of wet down there. She's trying to pretend like nothing. She's trying to just tease him by like just blowing her in his ear. And I'm like, oh my God, this is intensified. This is. And then props for Sekai just trying to toy with her to a point that she kind of tear up, just teasing her. So it's kind of like, yeah, you tease me, I'm teasing you back. teasing back. And the thing is, they're supposed to go. He was not even at the stop. He just wanted to cool down, so he pushed the button just to get off the bus. And in that moment, Shio was wrapping around Sekai's arm. He couldn't even resist the shaking the soda. Like he couldn't resist. He just he's gonna see. This guy studied rom-coms. That I like this guy because he studied rom-coms so much that he knew in a bus situation, he knew when to calm the fuck down. And then you got Shio, Akari, and Sekai just playing a word chain game. It's one of those games where you say the first word, but the last letter of the word, you have to say something else. Like if I say umbrella, which is the last word, which is A, so you say Alice. And then the E again, you say egg. But you know, like that. But you can't repeat the same word that they say. So as they're playing, Akari is just trying to get to say the name. try to convince her to say the name. But that's how she is, a tsundere, just trying to blush it out, pretend like nothing ever happened. But that was a word chain game just for Akari to just be opened up to Sekai and showing Shio some jealousy. And that was a pretty funny moment in that one. But here's the thing. Akari, what is Akari? I have a question to ask you. I got a question to ask you. Just hear me out. How many times are we gonna see you with your bare panties? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Like, okay, look. Rom-coms are gonna have rainy seasons moments. You think about this, guys. When it comes to rom-coms, we're gonna have one of those rainy moments. You know, boy holds the umbrella for the girl. Girl walks with the MC, and they talk and they have confessions and all that, and get saved by getting hit by not getting isekai car hit, all that stuff. That's how it is in rom-coms. So Sekai goes to a shrine and see Akari taking off her stocking because it's all wet and everything, and then fan service once again, her butt shows up. You know, I see what they're doing. I see what they're doing. I don't know if you noticed it, but 2 episodes we have seen this. Did you guys notice something? Shio is on the boobs thing and Akari's on the butt shots. So panty shots. So you can see where this is going. So with Akari once again revealing her bare panties a second time, I'm like, are we gonna see more of her bare panties? My head just thinking about, like, we're gonna see more. Because call me a liar, but for the last 2 episodes we have seen her with her bare panties. Like, come on, we're gonna see more of it. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Now, being that she's a yandere, we all know how yanderes work. They tend to not confess. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, sometimes 80 to 90% of rom-coms, the tsundere always wins. The tsundere always gets the guy. You know, like, I'm getting married to a girl I hate in class. Remember the Akane, the tsundere girl? Remember her? You see, characters like them, the tsunderes, they win. Sometimes they win. You know, they win off the rails. So, do I believe Akane is winning this? Probably. I don't know. I'm just like, it's very hard because I gotta see the other two. To decide that. But anyway, they walking in the rain, and Akane and Sekai, they're like the cat and mouse. But still the confessions. I mean, still they like each other, and the way the umbrella scene was so beautiful, like catchful. Like, they touch hands, trying to grab the umbrella, and then he saved Akane from getting hit by a car in the rain. He sacrificed his own body in the rain to protect Akane. And as cute as that was a really cute scene. But I just showed you that. And again, after all that, Akane still slapped her because she's showing her because it was raining. But that's tsundere 101. Of course, they could get blush. Now, Shio is seeing Akane next door. And the thing is about this is that, again, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't know that they were next door neighbors. Like, I didn't know that. I thought Shio and Akane, they're childhood friends, but I didn't think they were like next door to them. And it's crazy because you got, how do I put this? It's crazy. You got Sekai right here, Shio in the middle, and Akane's right there. So they in separate houses. Like again, they're not even a block from each other. They're like she's the next door neighbors. There's next door, next door, next door neighbors. I'm like, wow. And then Shio seeing Akane with her AirPods, just looking at Shekai's phone, and then Shio saw it, and like I like how Shio and Akane just trying to play it off like nothing ever happened. They were having a girls' night, and Akane, Akane is studying everything when it comes to childhood friends. Like, could childhood friends be in love? Her search history on her phone show everything about childhood friends and romances to a point where she tried to like act like nothing ever happened on her search history. She should delete her search history. I'm like, why do people don't ever delete their search history? I don't know why they don't do that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine someone takes your phone and look at your search history and you see all the stuff you watch and read? I'm like, that's what you're into? You know, that was funny. And what made it matter worse for Akane is that she has a photo album of him. She's I'm not saying a stalker, but damn, she has every photo of her and Sekai when they were little up till now. Like, damn, she really, 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 really loved this guy. And I know she's playing the tsundere vibe, saying, oh, he's disgusted, all that stuff. I get that. That's funny. It's troping right there. And Shio knows about it to a point where they got like a flashback, which is like when they were like kids, they promised not to lie even when they're adults. So it's like Shio knows she's lying, but that's how she is. She knows. She just don't want to play it off. And then misunderstanding 101. You ended up at Sekai opens the door and see two girls getting half naked because they spilled soda. This is one of those misunderstandings in anime that we have seen. The classic open door, girls naked, you get beat up. Classic, no turning back. We all know how that is. But now you think that was the ending, right? No. The ending was this. You got Sekai on top of Shio in the gym at night. And you know what I think it is? And I think I know. This is one of those classic rom-coms. Once again, you got two characters stuck in the gym storage. You know, the classic, hey, let me help you with that. Okay, lock the doors. The gym storage is locked. You got two people in there, and then they just open, open sesame, doors open. And then you got him on top of her, and I'm like, this is going to be a crazy night. But overall, though, this episode was really good. Again, this is a very classic rom-com, basic at mild at best. I mean, yeah, the bus, yeah, the misunderstandings, yeah, we got two girls that gonna be confession. One's a tsundere, one is not, just trolling. But again, this is one of those classic rom-coms that you see on a regular basis when you see the MC is just trying to understand the importance of having childhood friends in a rom-com. And like these two episodes just showed you like the pros and cons of why childhood friends should not be in a rom-com. And I like where this is. I like where this is going. So thank you for watching my review of the show. I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.